Hi everyone, today is July 7th, 2012, and I'm going to be doing an update video on what's going on in the garden before I leave for my trip. I might do one probably the day before I leave on my trip, and then I'll do one when I get back. We have a lot kind of going on with the tomatoes, and then also with my local peppers over here. I actually harvested some of the local peppers, actually a good majority of the local peppers. I would never recommend to harvest everything, but it's the end of the season and I wanted to finish up the rest of the local peppers and whatever else is going to do, so it's important that you harvest what's done. Lucky for me, I have a lot of people in my family that like spicy peppers, so I'll be able to give some of this away. I also have in here about 3 green beans, and then all the way at the bottom I have a few of the cherry tomatoes. These actually fell off. I wouldn't have harvested them unless they did. I would have just waited till they got a little bit redder, but it fell off and I found it, so I wanted to pick it up. So here are my local peppers. They're actually doing pretty well. For the majority of the time I keep it in the shade because it wilts very fast, because the leaves are, as you can see, a lot smaller. So for the most part I keep it in the shade, but I do let it get that shady sun, which is what it's getting right now. Over here we have the cucumbers. Next year I gotta try to figure out a way to prevent the leaves from kind of turning on me. They're not doing very well, but I am getting some cucumbers. Like I have one right there, I have one here, I have another one there, and I got a really big one over here growing. So at least I'm getting some production on here. Like I said last week, I have gotten it to kind of vine at the top, and so I've been working on getting it to kind of go across. My eggplant's actually doing pretty well. I have flowering going on, and I even have an eggplant here in the back. Hopefully you can see that. The sun isn't really helping out, but that is an eggplant. And so it's doing pretty well. I'm not really big on eggplants, but my mother-in-law loves them. My peppers and tomatoes are getting a lot of sun right now, so they look a little sad, but I'll water it tonight and then it'll look a lot more livelier. As you can see, there's bees everywhere, which is great. I'm not really into bees, you know, I don't really like them, but they're pollinating my garden, so I love them. As you can see, there's one right there that is pollinating that flower. But it's doing really well. I'm not going to go in there and touch anything. I don't want to disrupt the bee from doing its job. But my jalapenos are here. They're getting really big. There's a lot of jalapenos on there. My bell peppers are getting big as well. I haven't gotten any flowering yet, but I will definitely check up on that to see if I have anything. My green beans are in there somewhere. They're really not doing very well. They're not getting very big. Not much production going on there. I do know that it will produce, but it's not getting the adequate sunlight that it needs. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull it before I leave for my trip, because I want all my nutrients and all my love to go into my tomatoes and my peppers. So my tomatoes are doing really well. As you can see, if you look at the cherry tomato stem, if you come all the way down it, you will see clusters of tomato. I even have some tomatoes that are reddening down in here. You can see that one right there. Some more clusters going on, and if you follow this stem all the way up, you'll actually see some flowering going on as well. My beefsteak are doing really well. I've had to keep a closer eye on the beefsteak because the thing with tomato trees is they get very top heavy because of the tomatoes growing. So I found it a little on its back almost, per se, and I had to go in and do this. I had to do a crisscross with the zip ties, as well as zip tie the layover of the netting over here. I had to zip tie it as well, but it seems to be working perfectly fine to keeping it up. I have a lot of tomatoes going on here. I've also had to zip tie to the top branches here, and then that fence is actually helping out also over there. But there's a lot of production going on here. I'm gonna zoom in because there are bees at work and I don't want to disrupt their work. I have tomatoes right there. I have tomatoes growing everywhere. I have the sun is not on my side right now. I do apologize for that. Tomatoes going right there. I have tomatoes up here. A lot of flowering going on up top. I have you can see over here some more tomatoes. Tomatoes there, tomatoes there. That's the tomato that I caught with the other shot. Some more tomatoes growing in here. There's a lot of production going on, and I'm very happy to see that. The tomatoes are doing really well. So my carrots are here. They're doing really well. They're getting really live and vibrant. They're still not ready for picking. It's not really that big, so we're not gonna pick them. My sister's Mexican sunflower seeds, as kind of depressing as they look right now because of the sun, they're actually doing really well. You can actually see a flower here, and then soon this one will probably come down as well. My herbs are doing really well. I really have to harvest the herbs. My 2 different kinds of parsley. The cilantro is actually growing back, which I'm happy to see that. The chamomile is doing really well. Broccoli, not doing well at all. Probably going to try something really different next year to see if I can get some production on the broccoli. My strawberries are doing really well. They're actually growing back. Surprising shocker, I didn't think they would. I'm definitely going to stick to one variety, the more of the bushier strawberries, than doing the vining ones that are over here. Maybe I'll get better production from them next year. Then you have my mother-in-law's aloe and the pumpkin, not doing very well. And then if we come over here, you have my pumpkin. My pumpkin is doing pretty well. It's getting really big. I'm still having problems with the fungus here. I've been picking off leaves left and right to kind of keep it healthy. My husband actually found this little bud here. I don't know if it's an actual pumpkin growing or what it is, to be honest with you, but he found that and he's thinking it might be one, but we'll see with that. So today is July 7th 2012, and this is an update video on my garden.